Hey guys, and welcome on into another episode of Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, MLB trends and betting picks. I am Terry, ready to break down opening day. Not going to be going over every game until NHL season is over. I'm basically just going to be going over games that I have picks in. So I'll just be talking about games that I have picks in. But 8 different games to talk about that I have plays in for opening day. Intended on taking things a bit slow, but of course, um, that didn't happen. So, lots of plays for me tomorrow. Smaller bet size for me with most of these plays here. So, not as big as my hockey bets. Lowering my bet size for baseball here. And it's out of here. It's a Grand Slam parlay. Orioles, Astros, Reds, Rays, all the run line plus 28.20. Wow, IceX is in here with baseball right away. And he's got himself a parlay here. Orioles, Astros, Reds, and Rays. All minus 1.5 plus 28.20. Interesting plays. I agree with some of them. Others, maybe not so much, but we will discuss it here. Hey, Jordan, how's it going? And MLB is here. Yes, it is, Nick. And everyone tune into Nick and Tim. I believe they're doing their show at 8 p.m. on Earl Sports Bets. So make sure to check out their MLB video as well. But not a lot of trends to go with here. So I'm going to be completely honest here. My bets here in the earlier part of the season until we start getting some numbers for this season. My bets are determined by how these players have done in the past. So last season, a big thing that I look at for player props with MLB is how players have done against a certain pitcher. That's a big part of my handicapping for player props. So here at the beginning of the season, the first day, a lot of this is just kind of gut feeling and going with players that have made me money last year, and then different situations. So we'll jump into the very first game that we're going to be talking about, which is the first game of the day. We do have 2 games already rained out. So there will be no New York Mets in Milwaukee and no Atlanta and Philadelphia. Most likely, we would have been discussing the Atlanta Philadelphia game, but we cannot. So this game here, LA Angels and the Baltimore Orioles, here in the first game of well, I shouldn't say of the MLB season, opening day, because as the people that may not know, the LA Dodgers and San Diego Padres have already played 2 games against each other in South Korea about a week ago. So this is not the first game of the season, but the first games of opening day. Patrick Sandoval will go against Corbin Burns here in this one. Corbin Burns making his debut for Baltimore. Sandoval obviously played with the Angels last year. And this Angels team is most likely going to take a step back this year. Um, Losing Shohei Ohtani to the LA Dodgers is definitely going to affect this LA Angels team. Baltimore on the other side, um, they had a very good season last year, and they were an underdog a lot of the time. There was definitely spots to make money with them, especially early on. And now um, books might have caught up to them a bit. So we'll see if there is as much value here in this very first game of the day. We're going with the player prop. And it's not a Baltimore Oriole. The reason being that is that a lot of Baltimore props are not available yet. So stay tuned to the video in the comment section below tomorrow. I will be posting any additional plays that I'm on tomorrow once more are available. Like right now, I don't believe there's any Baltimore player props that are currently available. Mickey Moniak, over half a hit, plus 105. So plus money just for him to get a hit. Um, one of the productive players for the Angels last year, and he hits lefties very well. Sorry, he hits righties very well. And Corbin Burns being a righty here. So plus 105 for Mickey Moniak to get a point. My first play of opening day here in this one. Da, da, da. Angels first five plus 150. All right. So Nick thinks, wow, I'm kind of surprised at that, Nick. You're going with the Angels first five here against Burns. Is that bet stamp? Yes. I use bet stamp, which obviously shows you odds at a bunch of different books. So that's what I use here for the NHL and MLB show to hide my plays so that I can go through the odds and then break them down. Terry, how's it going? MLB day exciting. Full slate of MLB and hockey is awesome. Yeah, so much. I'm gonna have so much plays tomorrow. That it's kind of crazy, but I'm excited though. Orioles and Dodgers parlay plus 117. I do like that. I do like Baltimore to win this game. I think Baltimore money line is a great parlay piece for sure. Um, do I think they win by multiple runs? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hi Terry, how are you? Any thoughts for the Astros and the New York Yankees for tomorrow for opening day? Not one of the games I'm going over, but I'll briefly discuss it. And that's a really tough game for me so far. I want to see confirmed lineups, see who's in, see who's out, and I may get to some plays there in that game, um, but I don't have anything yet. I don't have anything yet in that game, so I'm sorry. Nick, he's talking to Nick. Do you bet track on BetStamp or just use it to shop lines? I just use it to shop lines now. I used to track all my bets, but um, I wanted people to watch the show. So now I don't. I just use it to shop lines and then for the show. Nick likes Astros minus 106. Hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. Moving on along to our second game here, we're going to be talking about, which is the St. Louis Cardinals and Los Angeles Dodgers here in this game. St. Louis plus 185 to plus 200 dogs. Dodgers minus 220 to minus 245. 8.5s and 9s available here in the total for this game. And this is another player prop game for me. So originally, I was looking towards Freddie Freeman here. However, Freeman didn't have the best couple games to start the season. Now that, of course, it's 2 games against the Padres, but Mookie Betts had a fantastic first 2 games. Here, I'm going to try to bring it up here, his stats, and hope that ESPN doesn't play that. Well, I guess I'm not monetized yet anyway, so it doesn't matter. But Mookie Betts had a great first 2 games here. 6 hits at 9 at-bats, a home run, 7 RBI, 10 total bases, 667 average. Of course, he's not going to keep that up throughout the season, but he has had success here. I'm just trying to find it. I'm not very prepared, guys, with my numbers here in this game. Here being the first day, and I kind of rushed to get the show ready, and I don't know why I cannot find him here. Mookie Betts. 2 for 5 against Mikolas here in the games that he's played against him. And I'm not very high on Mikolas. I am very high on this Dodgers team. I think this Dodgers team is going to make a ton of money this year. Tyler Glasnow looked decent in his first start. We'll see what he can do here in his second start. But yeah, I'm going Mookie Betts over 1.5 bases, plus 105 here. He's had success against Mikolas, and obviously he had a fantastic 2 games to start the season. Over 1.5 bases means he needs a double, a triple, a home run, or two singles in this game. And I think that's very fair thing to ask for him at home here, making their home opener against Miles Mikolas. So I like him um, get over 1.5 bases at plus money. I don't think that'll be plus money very long throughout the season. Did the Astros use a pitch clock for MLB? Is that new rule for this year? Last year the rule changed. Haven't bet it yet. I'll let the line continue to rise and hopefully get plus 210, plus 220 with St. Louis. Yes. So I like this Dodgers team, and I plan on backing this Dodgers team a lot this season. Nick is on the complete other side. Uh, he is going to be fading the Dodgers a lot. So we will see how that goes for him. Terry is not high. Uh, no comment. No, I'm kidding. Got tickets to Rangers and Dodgers this season. My first ever MLB game. What a great game to get your tickets to go see. Have fun. That'll be awesome. Two really good teams to go and see here. Even if other people don't think the Dodgers are that great, I think they have the chances to be one of the best teams in MLB history. I am very high on this Dodgers team. We'll see if I'm right. Moving on along, and of course, going back to that last game, I do like the Dodgers to win. Of course. But moving on to the third game, we're going to be talking about the Pittsburgh Pirates are heading to Miami to face the Marlins. Pittsburgh plus 110 to plus 116. Miami minus 123 to minus 135. 7.5s right across the board here in this game. And continuing on with the player props. A lot of these games, a lot of the games I'm taking here in the first game of the day are player props. And for this one, Josh Bell over 1.5 bases plus 150. Josh Bell is 4 for 5. 4 for 5 against Mitch Keller. He is just completely hit him every single time he's faced him. He's just had a lot of success against him. One of those hits was a home run. One of them was extra bases. He does have 3 walks, so he has had some walks against him as well. But overall, just a lot of success against Mitch Keller. So I'll take him plus 150 to get 2 bases here in this game, which of course means double, triple, home run, or 2 singles. I like that price here, plus 150 with Josh Bell to get 2 bases. Nick, I know you're on the chat. Thank you for your show. I missed your show this morning. Will Smith signed 140 million times 10 today. Dodgers going to be a wagon this year. Yeah, they just have a ton of money. The Dodgers have just a ton of money. If you want money, go and see the Dodgers because they've got a ton of it. Ban Brannon, Earl Sports Bets, joking. LOL. Raise the Jolly Roger. Pittsburgh first 5 full game. Marlins finished last in the NL East this season. Nick's not high on the Marlins this year. And for me, with this game, I think it's a tough game to bet as a side. Jesus Luzardo can be very good. He can be very good, but he can also not be so good. So, what are we going to get from him in the first start of the season? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Obviously, with a lot of these pitchers, we really don't know what we're going to see. So, no real opinion here with the side for me. I think this could be a very close game. Pittsburgh Pirates did start the season off very well last year before going downhill. This Pittsburgh Pirates team has not had a lot of success for as long as I've been watching baseball. They have tons of money because of Otani's betting. Well, I wouldn't say that at all. That's not true, but yes, the Dodgers do have a ton of money. Next up, we are, of course. And to clarify, I'm not a Minnesota Twins fan. Although I do, they're one of the teams. There are a lot of baseball teams that I like. I'll be honest. Growing up in Hamilton, Ontario, near Toronto, I am technically a Blue Jays fan. I did renounce my Blue Jays fandom last season with just a disaster of a playoff series they had, but they'll always be my team. So I'm no bandwagoner, even if I'm angry at them. But I do still somewhat cheer for the Minnesota Twins. I like to see them do well. They are heading to Kansas City for their first game of the season. Minnesota minus 116 to minus 120. Kansas City plus or minus 102 to plus 107. 7.5s and eights available here in this one. And surprise, surprise, I do have sides coming. So don't worry. It's not just player props today. But this game is just player props, and I've got two. Give me Royce Lewis over 1.5 bases plus 150, and give me Royce Lewis to hit a home run for a quarter unit, so a small play here, plus 525. Royce Lewis is going to be the best player on this Twins team in the next couple of years, and has is going to be the face of the franchise. He hits a lot of home runs. He hits a lot of grand slams. So if three guys are on base here tomorrow, watch out because Royce Lewis just has a knack for hitting grand slams. So he hits lefties well. He hits righties well. It really doesn't matter. Hitting over 300 last season and in his MLB career. So I will take him here to get some success here against Cole Ragans. I know a lot of people are high on him. We'll obviously see how he does. But Royce Lewis, I like him to have success against Cole Ragans tomorrow. Get at least two bases, maybe hit a home run for a nice plus 525 play here. Hit this one. Dun, 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 dun. Isaac Span Otani. I don't know about that. And he's getting MLB for MLB The Show 24 for PS5. Congrats. Ban Otani, yes, at Earl Sports Bets. Royals first five minus 104. And Reagan's we trust. Yes, I know. Tim and Nick really like him. And like this Royals team. I'm not ready to say whether this Royals team is going to be good or not. I will see. We will see. They are one of the teams that I'll be keeping my eye on to see how they do to start the season. ISX likes the Royals too. Okay, there you go. Bobby Witt Jr. home run plus 520. All right, all right. Yeah, I don't know what you're saying, Brandon. Sorry. I'm not going to bring up your comment, but I don't exactly know what you're saying. But we'll move on along to the next game here, which I do have a side in. We've got the Washington Nationals heading to Cincinnati to face the Reds. Washington plus 125 to plus 137. Cincinnati minus 138 to minus 155. Nines right across the board here in this one. Looking at this game, we are going to have Josiah Gray starting for Washington, Frankie Montas starting, making his Cincinnati debut here in this one. And Cincinnati is another one of those teams that I like. They made me a lot of money last year. Now, of course, if they have a really bad season and lose me a lot of money, then I probably won't like them so much anymore. But last year, this Reds team, especially when Ellie De La Cruz came up, really gave this Reds team a lot of life. And they had a stretch where they were just money makers and looked like they were going to potentially make a playoff run, but didn't quite get there. But I think they start the season off with a win. Um, but in this case, at this price, I'm going to take them first five minus a half. So they have to be winning after the first five innings. So going into the top of the six, they have to be winning by at least one run to win that bet. Ellie De La Cruz over 1.5 bases, plus 145. I like him to continue off uh, as he did last season. And then Will Benson over half a hit, minus 125. Minus 125 in some spots, minus 155 in others. So if you're able to get it for the minus 125, I do like it. He's 2 for 3 against Josiah Gray, including an extra base hit. So we don't even need an extra base hit. We just need a single, double, triple, or a home run, and we'll cash Will Benson over half a hit. I think the Reds start off the season pretty well, especially here in this first game. Pass. Lee Natty's first five. All right. Completely disagree with you, but that's me and Nick. Me and Nick disagree about baseball like there's no tomorrow. Steer home run. Yes, one of their very good players. I don't believe he has. He's over 3 against Josiah Gray, so it's not like there's a whole bunch of numbers there. Gray was from another team last year, right? No, there's a couple Grays. Um, Josiah Gray has always been in Washington. Mookie Betts to record a hit. Uh, Very bad odds for that. But if you want to use that as a parlay piece, then yes, you could do that. But if you're betting that singly, I think it's like I don't know what it is, but it's a crazy price. Otani hater here. There's a lot of Otani haters, and as a Blue Jays fan, I probably shouldn't like Otani very much because he did choose the Dodgers over the Jays. But the way things are looking right now, that might have been a good choice for the Jays that he did go. If all this gambling stuff, and I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that. But we'll see what happens with the drama that is encircling Otani right now. Dodgers run line. I could see that. I'm going to be on that a lot this year. Fun. I have to keep track of all the grays. Yeah, there's multiple ones. It's a gray area. Josiah was a Dodger, part of the Turner trade. Okay, I completely even forgot that he was with the Dodgers. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Pirates? Pirates? I'm not sure. Ranger Life. Not sure. What you're saying either, or what those emojis mean. But moving on along to our next game, we're going to be talking about. Of course, we're going to be talking about the Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays. Toronto plus 114 to plus 118. Tampa Bay minus 128 to minus 135. 7.5s right across the board in this game. Here, and we will have Jose Barrios starting here for Toronto. Zach Eflin starting for Tampa Bay. And Barrios will be looking for a better start than last year. But honestly, it can't go any worse than it did to start the season last year for Jose Barrios. The Jays hit very well in spring training. Now, spring training, regular season are completely two different animals. But a lot of the Jays were hitting pretty well in the spring training. So I'll see if it can continue here. And no, I'm not on the Jays, but I am on Bo Bichette over 1.5 bases plus 130. Bo Bichette, I don't want to say led the AHL, or I don't want to say that he led the AL in hits, but he has been up there and has been one of the best hitters in the American League for a few years now. And I'll take him plus 130 here, just needing 2 bases of some kind. I do think we see runs on both sides here, and I think this could be a competitive game. But I'll go with Bo Bichette over 1.5 bases here, plus 130 in this one. I'm going for the end. Pitch and matchup will be good for the Reds. All right. Hopefully. I don't blame Otani for choosing Dodgers over Blue Jays because we're getting spanked with taxes up in North Canada. Yes, that's true. That's true. But we all had our hopes that he was going to sign with Toronto, but he decided not to. Didn't the Rays own the Blue Jays last season? Like, weren't the Rays the Blue Jays' daddy? Don't have the exact. Don't have the exact results up here, but yes, Tampa Bay has not been a team that the Blue Jays have liked to face. However, I do think this Tampa Bay team is going to take a step backwards this year. So um, take that with what you will. Tampa Bay minus 134. Pitching edge for Tampa Bay. Rays always feel an underrated team. No one gives them a chance. Then they win 90 games. Yes, but I think this is the year they finally do take a step back. And obviously, I'm not taking minus 135 to fade the Jays. No. Gotti's on the cover for the MLB The Show. Nice. Don't worry, Terry. The Rays own the Red Sox too. Yeah, well, don't worry. I think this Rays team is going to take a step back this year. They are in a very tough division. All of the teams are in a very tough division there. But we got 2 games left, and then of course we'll get to the parlay of the day. And here in the next one is the Chicago Cubs and Texas Rangers. And I know there's some Cubs fans that watch the show, and I know there's some Texas Rangers fans that watch the show. And yes, I do have a side here. We've got the Chicago Cubs minus 102 to plus 104. Texas Rangers minus 111 to minus 120. Eights. Right across the board, it looks like Pinnacle does have an 8.5 in this game. We will have Justin Steele starting on the mound for the Cubs. Nathan Eovaldi starting here for Texas. Texas looking to repeat as champions again after last season, and have a lot of good players in their lineup. A lot of players you could look at for player props. But the player that I'm most excited for this Texas team wasn't even here last year, and that's Wyatt Langford, the Texas Rangers' top prospect. What a spring training he had. 14 runs, 23 hits, 6 home runs, a 365 average. You could not have asked for better performance from him in the spring training, and making his MLB debut here at home. Give me over 1.5 bases plus 165, which you have to take. I got it up at 365 in the milestone section. Most books, if you just go to total bases, it's going to say 0.5 for Langford, but I went with 1.5 plus 165, and then give me Langford to hit a home run, a plus 700 here for a quarter unit. This kid's going to be really good for the Texas Rangers. And then Corey Seager over 1.5 bases plus 105. One of their best offensive players. Was fantastic in LA with the Dodgers. Came over here to Texas and continued on right where he left off. And with Texas, there's a lot of players you could look at. Evan Carter, Adolis Garcia, Josh Young, Jonah Heim, Marcus Simeon. Texas has a very good lineup. So I like them to win this game minus 111. Corey Seager over 1.5 bases, and Wyatt Langford over 1.5 bases and to hit a home run here in his first game with Texas. I don't know. I feel the Cubbies win against the Rangers. All right. We'll see. Oh, yeah. The Man of Steel is pitching. Yeah, he can be very good, but also sometimes not so good. Twins money line. All right. Hey, Chicago, what do you say the Cubs are going to win today? The Chicago first 5, full game double up. Go Cubs, go. Shocking. Me and Nick are against each other again. So someone's going to have a good day tomorrow and somebody's not. unless we both go even. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Maybe we'd agree on one play, but I guess not. Texas. Yes, I like Texas. The better team overall. Langford didn't even spend any time in MILB. He was in the White Sox with the Florida Gators last year. All right. All right. Exactly what he said. Okay. Is there a system on teams winning the ship and then flop their first game? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest, but Seager home run sounds good to me. Cash is over 1.5 bases. Fade the banner raising. See, Nick, you don't like this Texas Rangers team. And you see this Texas Rangers team a lot lower. Like you're very low on this Texas Rangers team. So you have to admit that because you did fade them like every game in the playoffs last year. And how did that go? Not very good. For anyone on DraftKings, and no, I'm not sponsored, they offer a play under game props for MLB called to bat in the ninth inning. Yes or no? It allows you to knock off juice for the money line price. Yes, I've heard of that. Sean Higgs picks and parlays plays a lot of that. Chicago White Sox equals College World Series. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When I see CWS, I immediately think of the Chicago White Sox. LOL, Earl. Um, Isaac's laughing and getting a laugh out of that. I want to pass this game. Hey, you don't have to bet every game. This just happens to be one of my favorites. But we will move on along to the final game that we're going to be talking about tomorrow, which is the late game. Here in this game between the Colorado Rockies and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Colorado plus 200 to plus 210. Arizona minus 233 to minus 250. 8.5s right across the board here in this game. Arizona big favorites in this game, but for good reason. Diamondbacks are likely going to have a very good team again this year. This Colorado Rockies team probably isn't going to look too good this year. Pretty similar to last year, in my opinion. Looking at this game, I wanted to take Ketel Marte over 1.5 bases, but it's minus 140 here in this game. He's had a lot of success against Kyle Freeland, 7 for 17 with 2 home runs, 3 extra base hits, 412 average against Freeland. So Markel Marte loves to face Kyle Freeland. You've got Marte, Corbin Carroll, Gabriel Moreno, Christian Walker, Suarez, Gurriel. A good lineup here for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And in this game, instead of taking player props, which we're going to go with the same game parlay in this one. Done at Bet365. The Arizona Diamondbacks to win this game, Ketel Marte to get a hit, and Gabriel Moreno to get a hit. Here, Gabriel Moreno had a lot of success against lefties last year. And he gets to face Kyle Freeland, who does have some very, very good games. But for the most part, he is a pitcher I'm looking to fade. And I think he gets roughed up here by the Diamondbacks. I was looking at their team total over 4.5, but didn't really like the price. So this is how I'm backing the Diamondbacks here in the same game parlay with Moreno and Ketel Marte, both to get 1 hit each, which is plus 120. Not the best price, but hey, plus money for 3 bets I really like here in this one. I'm on Colorado for the upset of the night. Okay. I think that will be an upset because I think a lot of people will probably be on this Diamondbacks team. Thanks for not mentioning the Red Sox Mariners game. Yeah, that's not a game that I'm really going anywhere near. Those are 2 teams that I want to see. I want to see some games before I make judgment on them because I'm not really high on this Mariners team coming into the season. But I don't know. I don't know. And the Red Sox, we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. LOL. Pass. Rockies are only bet only at home. Yeah, they have a lot more success at home. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Mets win the World Series. Is this Tim? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, it's not Tim. Comment of the stream. Okay, maybe it is Tim. In 10 years, we'll see. We'll see. I'm okay with the Walkies. Peace. Did you get to the Astros yet? No. I know you're a big Astros fan, Brandon. As I said earlier, I don't. I'm not breaking them down because I don't have any place in that game. But maybe I will for Saturdays or for Friday if they play Friday or Saturday. Laughing, says KG. Why you got to kill my Mets? Um, Probably talking about other people, but hey, I'm giving the Mets. It's a fresh slate. It's a new year. It's a fresh slate. Last year they weren't nearly as bad, but the year before, the New York Mets just burned me. If I bet for them, they get shut out and lose. If I bet the over, they get shut out. If I bet the under, they score 10 runs. So the Mets gave me a lot of trouble 2 years ago, but it's a fresh new year. I will give them a fresh slate. New season for Colorado. Yep, new season for everybody. So we'll see how teams do. Obviously, I've got some plays here, but it's the first game of the season, so you don't have to go crazy for sure. Marte and Christian Walker were absolute rocks for me, both to get one hit as a parlay pieces last year. Multiple 10 hit game streaks over last season. Yeah, yeah. This Arizona team is going to have a good offense. I really believe that. Earl, are you a Mets fan? Yes. Both Earls are Mets fans. So go and subscribe to their channel, KG1028, Earl Sports Bets here on YouTube, and follow the Mets fans. He the Yankees. That's funny. The Mets don't have Buck Showalter anymore. Easily the best move of any team this offseason. Yeah, yeah. He was not good. And I'm sure Nick and Tim will agree with that. That he wasn't good. And from Queens. Nice, nice. Love my Mets. Hey, there we go. And I like the additions that the Mets made. JD Martinez, I like that addition. Because the Mets have always needed more hitters, so I do like that addition for them. Going to the parlay of the day for tomorrow's games, and I just realized that I have to cut myself off a little bit there. Okay, not working. Okay, so it's a little bit cut off there, but hey, we're working with the new layout with the new show. Wyatt Langford over half a hit. I'm very high on this kid. Hal Marte over 1.5 bases. Can't bet it singly because of the price. So parlay both together plus 161. That is the parlay of the day. The first MLB parlay of the day for opening day. Here, that is the parlay of the day. We will go down. Mets screwed a lot of people last season, LOL. Yeah, but see, that's the crazy thing, is that last season the Mets weren't as good, and that's all fine. But it was the season before when they were really good, when they had that really good season. That's the season they screwed me. No matter what I did with the Mets, I lost. So, but I'm not going to think about that. It's a fresh season. It's a new slate. Um, Everybody gets a new, fresh look, except the New York Yankees. As a Jays fan, I hate the Yankees, and that's just that. Not the biggest fan of Baltimore either, but hey, it is what it is. Terry, you're the man in hockey too. Thank you. And yes, hockey's going really well. So obviously, bigger units on hockey, smaller units here in the MLB, especially to start. They're playing Friday and Saturday and Sunday. We're playing the Blue Jays on Monday. Oh, interesting. I think the Jays did pretty well against Houston last year. But Last year's last year. Everyone hit the like and subscribe button. Sorry for the layout and everything. Still working on the baseball show here as we go on. But that is the show for today. We will see everyone for the hockey show tomorrow, and then the baseball show for Saturday's games or for Friday's games. Baseball schedule to be determined. I couldn't tell you when the baseball show is going to be. It might move around a bit, so make sure to turn on notifications on the channel and stay tuned on Twitter so you don't miss a show. But thanks everyone for watching. Best of luck on opening day. And yes, any plays I add, any additions I have will be in the description below. If you want to purchase my sides and totals, I gave out Texas here. Any other ones I have will be premium plays in the side or totals, which will be on pixelparlays.net. Link is in the description below if you want to purchase my premium plays. But thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you on the next show. Best of luck, guys.